Have you ever noticed how two people can earn almost the same salary, live in the same city, face the same prices, but 10 years later, one feels financially calm, and the other feels constantly behind? Not broke. Just always one emergency away from stress. That difference usually isn't luck. It's habits, quiet, normal habits that don't feel dangerous at all. Let's start with a familiar scene. You're working a decent job in the US or Europe. After tax, maybe your monthly take-home is around $3,500. Rent or a mortgage takes $1,200 to $1,500. A car payment, insurance, fuel, another $400. Student loans, maybe $250. Groceries, utilities, phone, subscriptions, it all adds up. Nothing here feels irresponsible. This is just normal life. And that's exactly where the problem begins. The first habit is building life around monthly payments instead of total cost. A $30,000 car doesn't feel like $30,000. It feels like $420 a month. But over 6 years with interest, that car quietly becomes $38,000. Not because you were careless, but because your brain is wired to think in small, manageable numbers. Psychologically, monthly payments reduce pain. They shrink big decisions into something emotionally acceptable. Long-term, though, this habit traps income before it ever reaches you. Then there's lifestyle inflation. Your salary goes up by $300 after tax. Rent gets nicer. Your phone gets newer. Your weekend spending softens stress. On paper, nothing changes. In reality, your margin disappears. People don't inflate lifestyle because they're greedy. They do it because progress feels like reward. But if every raise is consumed, wealth never compounds. It just passes through. Another quiet habit is using credit cards as emotional shock absorbers. Bad week. Swipe. Long workday. Swipe. Unexpected expense. Swipe. Credit cards don't make life easier. They delay emotional discomfort. A $2,000 balance at 20% interest costs about $400 a year. Every year until it's gone. That's not punishment. That's rent you pay for avoiding short-term discomfort. Over time, this trains the brain to solve stress with spending, not planning. Then there's student debt normalization. I'll deal with it later becomes a decade. A $30,000 student loan at moderate interest can easily turn into $45,000 over time. Not because payments weren't made, but because minimums feel affordable and time feels invisible. The system doesn't push urgency, so the debt just stays. Another habit is mistaking income for security. As long as the paycheck comes, everything feels stable. But income is not safety. Savings are. Many people earning $70,000 a year are more fragile than someone earning $45,000 with cash reserves. Psychologically, the brain overestimates future stability and underestimates surprise. That's why emergencies always feel unfair, even though they're inevitable. There's also the habit of outsourcing thinking. Trusting that someone smarter has already priced things fairly. This isn't laziness. Modern finance is complex by design. And most people are tired by the time they're asked to decide. Finally, there's impatience disguised as realism. I don't earn enough to think long-term. So nothing long-term is built. But basic math disagrees. Investing $300 a month over 25 years at modest returns is not flashy, but it quietly becomes hundreds of thousands. Financially intelligent people don't do anything dramatic. They think in ownership, not payments. They protect margin. They separate emotions from spending. They assume problems will happen and prepare calmly. Not because they're disciplined heroes, but because they've aligned behavior with reality. If these habits continue, the long-term result isn't poverty. It's something more frustrating. Working hard forever, while money never feels settled. Awareness doesn't fix everything, but it changes the direction. If this made you think a little differently about money, not guilty, just clearer, you might want to stay around. You can like the video or subscribe if you want more calm, honest finance conversations like this.